The 9th of November 2017, Felipe Massa says he expects to compete elsewhere in 2018, after announcing his decision to retire from Formula One at the end of the season. Massa, having delayed his Formula One exit in the wake of the unexpected end of 2016 reshuffle, will bow out of the sport later this month, with Williams not offering any guarantees. He explained earlier in the year that he felt DTM and LMP1 were finished, due to the respective moves by Mercedes and Porsche respectively to focus on Formula E. Massa sampled Formula E machinery as the start of 2017 and believes the category has an important future, though all seats in the 201,718 championship have already been taken. Although in no rush to sort his future plans, the Brazilian emphasized that retiring from Formula One does not mean he is hanging up his helmet. "It's part of my expectation to keep driving, to keep having fun on the track. That's what I've been doing since I was 8 years old. That's also my job since a long time," he said. "When you're driving and competing, you really feel the emotion of doing your job or enjoying yourself. I really hope I can find a category that I can have fun, like I had in Formula One for very long. I will have enough time to think about it, to understand which is a good category to go to." Massa's impending exit means there will be no full-time representation from a Brazilian driver for the first time since 1969, while the future of the Brazilian Grand Prix is regularly up in the air. "I really hope Formula One stays forever in Brazil," Massa stressed. "Definitely, Brazil is a very important country for Formula One, so many titles, so many drivers. I really hope Interlagos stays for a very long time in Formula One, and anything I can give to help. It's true that we're suffering not an easy moment in Brazil, financially, but I think it's a very important event for Sao Paulo, it's a very important event for Brazil." Latest news: 2034 F1 2032 F1 2030 Formula One CEO Chase Carey has responded to criticisms made by Ferrari chairman Sergio Marchionne, and has insisted that Liberty F1 1801 Oliver Turvey, McLaren's test and development driver, talks about his simulator role and how the world's fastest gamer, F1 1718 all drivers are on the brink of an engine-related penalty with 2 rounds remaining, if they have not received one already. F1 1542 Formula Renault Eurocup champion Sasha Fenestre says he will move into either Formula 3 or GP3 next season, after joining the FR 2.0 15-12 Force India would surprise rivals if Formula One introduces a budget cap in the future, given its current level of performance. F1 1502 go on a virtual on-board lap at the Autodromo José Carlos Paes, venue for the Brazilian Grand Prix, with Red Bull driver Max. F1 1419 Tech 3 has confirmed that Jonas Folger has been diagnosed with a strain of Gilbert syndrome, a genetic disorder which results. Motor 1400 Felipe Massa says he expects to compete elsewhere in 2018, after announcing his decision to retire from Formula One at the end of F1 1257 Red Bull's team physiotherapist, John Hammond, talks fitness, food and physiotherapy in the high-tech, fast-moving world of F1 1115 Moto's governing body, the FIM, has confirmed the 24 by-country list for the 2018 championship. While the identities of the Moto 1101 Valtteri Bottas has made clear that he will not settle for being a number 2 to Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes moving forward, as F1 0959 Ducati will field the third bike for tester Michel Pirro at this weekend's Moto finale at Valencia's Ricardo Turmo circuit. Moto 802 Aprilia will run a special paint scheme for this weekend's Moto season finale at Valencia, in support of AIDS charity Red. Moto 554 Ferrari looks ahead to this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix, the penultimate round of the season, and analyzes the key challenges. F1 1613 Jorge Lorenzo has emphasized that he still has substantial improvements to make with Ducati, as he prepares to cap his first Moto 1451. Get to know more about Zak Brown, McLaren Technology Group's executive director, in this video interview produced by the F1 1416. The FIA has confirmed that Interlagos has undertaken work to improve drainage at the circuit, ahead of this weekend's Brazilian F1 1325. Fernando Alonso says McLaren Honda is approaching this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix with a bit more expectation after F1 1208. McLaren looks ahead to the finale of its World's Fastest Gamer process, as 12 of the best gamers get set to battle it out for F1 1130. Formula One is set to conduct live demonstration events in 4 major cities in France, the United States, Brazil and China next. F1 1102 JeepUpdate.net readers believe that Williams should recruit Robert Kubica to partner Lance Stroll in Formula One next season, in the F1 1038 Avantia riders Hector Barbera and Loris Baz say they are expecting an emotional weekend at the Valencian Grand Prix, as the Motor 1008 join Prema Racing's Antonio Fuoco as the Formula 2 driver spends a day with his team, and explains his routine, which includes F20934. Mercedes chief Toto Wolff says the outfit will not relent across the rest of 2017, despite wrapping up both titles, explaining, F10900 Sauber has confirmed that Pascal Wehrlein will step aside for Charles Leclerc's fourth and final FP1 run at this weekend's F10732 Formula 1 moves on to Interlagos and the Autodromo José Carlos Pace for the penultimate round of the 2017 campaign. F10532 Max Verstappen reflects on his stunning recovery from 14th to 3rd in wet conditions at last year's Brazilian Grand Prix, and F1 1634 find out what's new for the fourth season of the all-electric Formula E Championship, with new drivers, new circuits and new FA 1540. Mercedes-Benz GP3 Series champion George Russell will conduct Formula 1 practice runs with Force India at the Brazilian, and F1 1517 F1 1512 Red Bull came very close to signing Fernando Alonso, with a 2-year contract for 2009 and 2010 turned down. Team boss F1 1255 Marc Marquez says he will keep the same mentality and working method for this weekend's Moto finale in Valencia, as he, Moto 1152 officials at Hockenheim are certain Formula 1 chiefs will ensure there is a support event package for next year's German Grand F1 1048. A title challenge scuppered by a typhoon and another weekend hampered by engine problems, it has been quite a spell for F1 1002 experienced the raw emotion of the moment Lewis Hamilton crossed the finish line at the Mexican Grand Prix to become a four-time F10951 Force India boss. Vijay Mallya says the team will take more risks over the final 2 rounds of the campaign, after securing F10812 Haas team boss Gunther Steiner has backed Formula One's 2021 power unit proposals, describing the initial blueprint as a good F10622 Michael Collier, head of human performance at McLaren Applied Technologies, explains how the human performance of the world's F1